Hello people and welcome to a Mcreator tutorial. So I'm just gonna quickly go over on how to make an animated entity. Of course you're gonna need the GeckoLib plugin, so you're gonna have to find that on the Mcreator site itself. So basically with the GeckoLib plugin, it gives you the animated entity, block and item. So just enter a name. I'm not really gonna make an entity. I've made so many. So I'm in the making version 1.3 of this mod, and I've added a new mini boss, the hornfish, and this is an animated entity. So basically we'll go over how to animate itself. So here is the hornfish, and yeah, so basically it works like a normal model. Like you put all your pivot points in and that, just make a normal model, right? And once you get to the animate, it gets a little complicated. So we're gonna create a new animation, just name it whatever, and we're gonna make it swim. So this is just for a fish. You can, like, once you get the gist of animating, it'll be a walk in the park, like seriously. But so this thing that I'm dragging across right now, this is like the maximum duration of the animation, and you can loop the animation too. Looping is very necessary. But if I want it to be 1 second long, put it to 1 second. So we're gonna make a slow swim. So basically how I animate, I start off as like one point of it, so I'm gonna make it swim, so I'm gonna make it rotate this way on the first frame. And you'll find out why in a second. So I'm just going to rotate the body here. And there we go, that's position 1. Now I'm going to copy paste that to the end, so it's in the same position until the end. So now in the middle I swap it around, so I rotate it the exact amount the other way, and I do that with the other body segments. So there we go. Okay, so now it's the exact opposite position. See, it goes from here to here to here, and then it just like resets. But because we have the same thing, like all of this, which is the same position at the start and the end, it will loop. And that's exactly what you want to do with like most animations. You want them to loop. So let's have a look. So it looks a bit bland, like as in when it reaches one side, it just like instantly jolts off to the other side. So there is a thing called easing, which will make it look so much better. So I want to select everything, just not the first bit. And you see these buttons here that I'm clicking right now, you can set it to any type of easing, so like how powerful the ease is. And if you're gonna put like easing on, you're probably better off having this one selected right here. So it just looks much better, but I usually have my easing on like very light easing, so it looks so much better now. But with swimming, you should probably be on like the lightest easing or something. There are some experimental easings which makes it look pretty funky, like this one, and this one, and this one. Well, he's really shivering. It must be cold. Enough of that. But this is a good swimming animation, as in for my other swimming animations. Basically the same use. Now what I've done here is I've rotated him, so if I pause, I've rotated him this way and back, just to give it a little more style, as in like movement. I've also closed his mouth, and for the aggro I just made him swim faster, because basically if you want to get someone, you've got to swim faster. It's just a logic. There you go. He's swimming quite crazy. I don't know what crack he's been on, but damn. Well, yeah, enough of that. But so when you're done with the model, the animation, you want to save model, and that will save everything but the gecko lib model. So after that, you want to export it as a gecko lib model, just name it and all that. And when you name the animation, make sure it's like all lowercase. I mean, I can't even talk. All lowercase. Like as you can see here, it's model animation. So you want to replace model with like any other name, and keep the dot animation at the end. Otherwise, it will crash your game. But once you've imported, and once you've exported the animation and the model, you gotta create an animated entity, and you should export it using the gecko lib button and find it in your documents or whatever you store it in, and you're gonna find it in here. And so I got the hornfish, so you just put it in the put the correct one in. As you can see, my hornfish is a bit small for a mini boss. Actually size it up a little bit. So I'll size it up to be twice the size. And if you want to size it up, you gotta size up the bounding box. So you won't have 1 centimeter long bounding box, so you can't even hit it like a silverfish, whatever. But yeah, most of my entities have custom sounds, but except for the fish, because they all sound the same basically. But works like a regular mob, but it you just add the animations at the end. So basically, what this contraption is. So I've got the idle animation. See, it's named idle. None of them have uppercase, but see, it's just the idle movement. Now it says for the idle animation, you put the name of the animation which you want it to be idle. So I've put the name idle in because this is named idle. And my swimming animation, when I wanted to swim, I named it swim. So when I wanted to swim, I put the walking animation as swim, because walking is basically just movement. And aggression, I forgot to put one in, so that would be a perfect example. So see, this one is named aggro. See the movement, swimming, aggro. Alright, so I'm going to type aggro because my animation was named aggro. So, and the animation transition doesn't really matter that much. So basically what that is, if it's moving from one animation and shifting to another animation, that's how long it will take to shift. And the death animation settings, this will enable or disable the death rotation. So once an entity dies, it will rotate on its side. And this is the time in ticks. 1 second is 20 ticks. So it takes 1 second for him to die, whatever. But the head movement animation, basically, the model group that should move should be the head. And this, whatever this is named, whatever the head is named, if you want the head to move to look at you, should be the name of the group model thing here. So, but I'm not going to enable that because it has head animations. So basically that's how you create a animated entity, and see you guys next time. Bye.